This is Africa, the cradle of mankind's birth, where powerful kingdoms arose with stories of worth, exemplary leaders, their legacy told, Nkrumah, Mandela, their spirits bold. Let courage and dreams unite as one for a brighter tomorrow where greatness is spun. In this beautiful, colorful, and friendly domain, greatness awaits, where hopes shall not wane, where tales of triumph weave a tapestry. Welcome to Today in African History. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's embark on a journey through the intriguing life of Hastings Kamuzu Banda, a man whose story weaves through the tapestry of Malawi's history, spanning the tumultuous waves of colonialism to the winds of change that swept across the African continent. Born into a world buzzing with the echoes of the 19th century, Hastings Kamuzu Banda emerged as a figure destined to shape the fate of a nation. In the dappled light of 1898, he took his first breaths, unaware of the remarkable journey that lay ahead. As the clock of destiny ticked on, Banda would rise to become not only the Prime Minister but also the President of Malawi, leaving an indelible mark in its history. In the dawn of the 20th century, as colonial powers still held sway over African lands, young Banda's intellect sparkled brightly. Recognized by British colonial officials, he was heralded as the beacon who could lead Malawi, then known as Nyasaland, into the arms of independence. The promise of a new era of self-governance and sovereignty hung in the air like a tantalizing dream. Yet, the corridors of power are labyrinthine, and the journey from a hopeful leader to a formidable ruler can be treacherous. In 1966, as the sun set on colonial dominion, Malawi took its first steps as a republic. Banda, now the first president, stood at the helm of this nascent nation. Initially, he was hailed as a symbol of progress, a leader who would guide Malawi toward a future of prosperity and unity. However, power has a peculiar effect on the human spirit. As the years wore on, the once promising democracy began to wither under the weight of Banda's rule. What had begun as a hopeful chapter in Malawi's history turned into a saga of repression and control. Banda, once seen as a liberator, became the architect of a regime that stifled dissent, quashed opposition, and silenced the voices of the very people he was meant to serve. Under his self-declared title of Life President, Banda's grip on power tightened. His rule, marked by authoritarian policies and a heavy-handed approach to governance, transformed Malawi into a land where freedoms were curtailed and fear lurked in the shadows. The world watched as Malawi, a nation rich in culture and potential, struggled under the weight of dictatorship. International pressure mounted, and calls for a political return echoed across the continent. In the face of growing discontent and external demands, Banda's regime began to crumble. At the age of 98, a man who had once been the face of hope was forced to step down from the presidency. On that fateful day in November 1997, Dr. Hastings Banda took his final breaths in South Africa. His passing marked the end of an era, a chapter in Malawi's history that had been defined by both promise and oppression. As the nation mourned, it also looked into the future with newfound optimism, a hope for a tomorrow where the lessons of the past would guide them toward a brighter, more democratic tomorrow. Hastings Kamuzu Banda's legacy, complex and multifaceted, serves as a reminder of the intricate dance between power and responsibility, and the enduring spirit of nations in their quest for freedom.